right. I think we're live on the socials. It didn't tell me like it was supposed to. So, all right. We're recording, so.
All right.
All right, here's we go. Here's the intro.
You've arrived at the Texas to Tennessee Podcast, your home for your favorite independent artists and a couple of guys you've never heard of.
Who?
It was Texas, it was Tennessee. It was what I had coming to me. You were unlike anything.
Howdy, folks. Welcome in. You have arrived at the Texas to Tennessee podcast. My name is Steve. Over to the, I don't know, in one of the boxes with the white Dustin Perkins shirt on, that's Soul Gravy.
Howdy.
How are you, sir?
And I'm great since I got the Dustin Perkins shirt on.
Yeah. You're looking good, man.
Appreciate it.
Tonight, folks, we have the special pleasure of having our friend Seth Van Dover on with us. Welcome in, Seth.
Thank y'all for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Dude, we're fired up to have you. I've got a bunch of questions for you, so hopefully you are prepared.
All right, let it roll.
All right, cool. Folks, if you are on TikTok, we're up and rolling tonight. Good to see you on TikTok. YouTube is our preferred channel for this just because the chat is very functional and you can ask questions. We may or may not use them.
We also TikTok, they only see me, so
right. Yeah, well, maybe that's the way to go. Maybe TikTok should be our preferred place. But we're super excited to have you. And thank you for being here. I think to get started, Seth, if you don't mind, just taking a couple minutes and giving us a little bit of your backstory.
Yeah.
And then we will get into some shenanigans after that.
Yeah. So my name's Seth Van Dover. I'm 26 years old, from Little Rock, Arkansas, born and raised, and grew up around music all my life, but never really dug into it. I mean, I played the drums for a little bit when I was in middle school, and then went to college. COVID hit, and I feel like everybody kind of picked their COVID project or whatever hobby to pick up, and mine was the guitar, and I'd never played the guitar ever, and just that's when I started and worked a year after I graduated, and then moved down to Fort Worth, Texas to play music, and been playing ever since. Never put it down, and so I mean it's going great so far, slowly but surely, but we're still paying our bills and getting there along the way.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you for the intro. I have a few questions that I want to ask.
I got a question real quick. Is that a Chris Knight album up on the above your shoulder there on the shelf? Yes. Okay.
It is. There it is. Same one.
Did we just become best friends?
Then I'll just show that a little bit more.
Yeah,
okay.
we have a couple. There's a decent chance that this could roll into an hour straight of Chris Knight talk, but
hey, that's totally fine.
We do want to get to know you a little bit better. But before we get to that, folks, I see you on YouTube already, so thank you for joining. This is Why Are They Famous? This section specifically, we get a quiz Soul Gravy on famous folks from Seth Van Dover's hometown, which is Little Rock.
Okay.
I guess that's your first hometown. Your hometown now is Fort Worth. But...
Born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yep, perfect. All right. Well, Little Rock is the capital and most populous city in Arkansas. The population was 202,000 specific to Little Rock, with a metro area of almost 800,000. So big town, Soul Gravy. I feel this is going to be helpful in terms of recognition.
Yeah. Last night, Jackson, Mississippi. This time, Little Rock. We're
hitting all the
getting the big cities.
I know some people from Jackson.
Compared to normal, where usually we're at 1,000 people or something. So
yeah, it's not 100. What is it? 100? Is it 161 or was it 61 people from Stanley, Idaho?
Yeah. But those were tough to get right. So
for sure.
All right.
we're gonna start you off with a little bit of success here.
Okay.
I think Brooks Robinson.
Yeah, I know that name. Why do I know that name?
Think about your previous employment.
I'm going blank. I'm going blank on that one. You set me up for success.
Baseball player.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Brooks is one of the most. I mean, a lot of people consider him, if not the best third baseman of all time. He's in the conversation. So played for the Orioles.
Okay.
Started his career there in Little Rock. So all right, we'll
I don't think I would have got that one anyway.
Okay, fair enough. Well, he's old, but he's not like super old.
No, I had to look it up. Yeah, he passed in 2023, so I would have got that wrong.
Me old. So yeah, for sure. All right. Okay. Derek Fisher.
Derek was a basketball player.
Absolutely.
And a subject of a bunch of fights and stuff like that during his career. Yeah, shout out to that.
I feel like he was kind of like today's Dylan Brooks. I mean, he played a different position, but he was kind of an agitator a little bit. So
I think on and off the court, if I remember some of the stories right. So.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So we're not gonna venture far. So keep your brain in that section. Joe Johnson.
Oh, he was a basketball player too for the Nets and Suns and
the Hawks.
The Hawks. That's where I remember him. Yeah. Man, he could light it up from the outside. Mm-hmm. Shout out to him. All right.
He actually grew up like just a couple neighborhoods over from where I grew up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. I never met the guy, but.
All right. Soul Gravy, I feel like you're starting off pretty strong.
Okay.
Got a chance to go 2 for 3 here. Bill Clinton.
Yeah. I thought he was from Hope, Arkansas.
He is from Hope.
Okay.
He spent a
lot of years as the governor.
And one of the coolest, if you've ever, I don't know if this is your thing or not, but going to presidential libraries, super cool one right there in Little Rock. Took kids there. It was very cool.
Never done it, but sounds like a good time.
All right, this one's going to be a little bit tougher.
Okay.
But I don't have a lot of faith in you. Richard Thalmeyer.
I don't think I'm familiar with his work. What did Richard do?
Dick was the founder of the Sharper Image.
There we go. I was waiting on that. I was going to say it, but you got it. Okay.
I got you covered.
He was what? The founder of what?
Sharper Image. You know those magazines you get on planes that are stuff that you would never probably. I mean, obviously somebody's buying their stuff. But anyway, Sharper Image. Shout out to them.
All right.
All right. Here's one I think you got a pretty good shot at. His name's Jerry Jones.
Yeah. I think he owns a very chaotic football team in Dallas. Yep.
He does.
The Cardiac Cowboys.
Yep. So some fun facts about Jerry. I mean, there's a few, but shout out to Jerry Jones. He was part of the University of Arkansas National Championship football team. And Barry Switzer was his coach, and Jimmy Johnson was his teammate. So, fun stuff about the Jones family that we'll be sharing.
Pretty good documentary.
His sons went
right before the season.
Yeah, his sons went to the same high school I went to.
Oh, very cool.
Yep.
Nice.
A little fun fact.
All right. All right, we'll get a little bit more difficult here. Do you know who Bill Hicks is? Soul Gravy?
I don't think so.
All right, he's a comedian.
Okay.
I can't really get too far into Bill, but
I'm gonna look up a face, but you continue on.
See if that helps. While you're there, look up Amy Lee.
Amy Lee is the singer of what is the damn name of it?
Starts with an E.
An E, Evanescence.
Yes, sir. Honestly, I didn't think you were going to get that one.
I think she was with the singer of Seether for a bit. I think. I believe be. So.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
All right, this one's difficult but fun. Okay. Roger Bumpus.
I don't think I'm familiar. We have a Bumpus Harley Davidson dealership here, but I don't think it's.
Maybe.
I
Maybe
don't
not.
think so.
I remember the Bumpus dogs since we're at that time of year. I don't know if y'all remember the movie Christmas Story.
I remember the Christmas
yeah,
story.
For sure.
The Bumpus dogs were the dogs that were next door that came in and ate the turkey.
Okay.
Yeah, so fun fact there. Roger Bumpus is also, he's the voice actor known for playing Squidward on SpongeBob.
Okay.
Everybody knows SpongeBob, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Got a couple more for you, Soul Gravy. This is one of my favorite ones. It's got a little bit of a deep cut, not horribly deep cut. You might actually know it, Soul Gravy. Keith Jackson.
Keith Jackson was the, if it's the same person I'm thinking of, was a pretty famous bass player and was on American Idol. That's Randy Jackson. My bad.
That's
Keith's
funny.
brother.
Yeah, for sure. So people would get these two people confused, and if you looked at them, they wouldn't necessarily. You probably wouldn't get confused, but this was, I don't know, a little while back. Keith Jackson was a pretty prominent tight end in the NFL. He played at Oklahoma, All-American, All-Pro. Also, there's a guy named Keith Jackson who used to be the well-known football announcer. So if you watch college football, especially in the South, in the 60s and 70s, Keith Jackson and beyond was kind of a legend. But we're talking about the one that played football, so shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in that general vicinity. Houston Nutt.
He was to me, Houston was one of the last like good old boy SEC coaches.
Yes.
He was like the Southern Baptist preacher that was a football coach too.
Yep.
You know?
He was a head coach at Arkansas and at Ole Miss. So he kind of cycled through.
I kind of forgot about the Ole Miss thing.
Yep. He was at Ole Miss first.
That was okay.
I think, and then to Arkansas afterwards, and then I think that ended up maybe being towards the end of his stuff. One more, Lawrence Phillips.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I've seen. I recognize the name, but I don't know why.
He's a running back. Played at Nebraska, and then ended up playing on, I think, the Super Bowl champion St. Louis Rams.
Okay.
There's an amazing documentary about him. He went through some tough times, but a hell of a player. So I got a few others, but I'm gonna.
There's a bunch of basketball players I think that are from Little Rock or the area.
Several.
I want to say Mo Williams maybe was from that area, but I can't remember.
Could be.
Also, in a lot of songs, Arkansas is underrated on getting mentioned in a lot of songs.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Reba and Colin Ray and all kinds of folks. So
Johnny Cash, Ashley McBride.
Yeah, and I want to say we've had 3 or 4 folks on from Arkansas. I'd have to go back and look at the list, but
probably Jaden Clayton.
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else on the spot. That's not going to be my strength. So anyway,
that's the reason why I asked the question.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Great job, Soul Gravy. Next week is going to be a little bit more difficult, so study up. Or don't study.
That's all right.
All righty. Seth, thanks for putting up with us there.
No, thank y'all.
We want to ask you a little bit. You kind of touched on this in your intro about making the move from Little Rock to Fort Worth. Do you mind kind of maybe going into a little bit more depth? Because I feel like there's an opportunity for a story there.
For sure. So, grew up in Little Rock, Arkansas. Went to Catholic high school, and then went to Fayetteville for school and started engineering school. And it was like, my mind went from, my parents were like, do you really want to do this? And I was like, you know what? If I don't try engineering, I'm going to regret it. And like in my mind, I was going to last maybe a semester, maybe 2 semesters. But I looked up 3 semesters later, and I'm still, I may gotten a couple C's and D's there, but I was still floating. But my sophomore year, it was March 2020. They told us we had three days to move out of the house and move back home wherever you came from and do online school. And so that's what I did. I moved back home, and 2 weeks into school, I was like, asked my parents if they had any friends with a guitar, because I don't know, something in my mind. I've always been around music, play the drums, like I said in my intro, for like a year and a half or 2 years, whatever it was, in like middle school. But so I've always been around it. But something about seeing my buddies play at campfires and just like parties in college, my first 2 years, I was like, I want to pick that up. And so got home 2 weeks into school. I asked my parents, and they're like, yeah. My mom was like, yeah, I have a friend with a guitar. And so borrowed Ann Ladner's guitar and started looking up YouTube videos. And like, she really just gave me this guitar to borrow and see if I was even interested in it. And turns out I was, because like a month later, I gave it back to her. I was like, all right, I'm going to go buy my own. Spell a little Taylor. And I'm out from the time I started to the time to now, I have not put it down at all.
That's awesome.
And so yeah, started off YouTube videos and never sang in my entire life. I mean, ever. In the car or whatever, I'd mumble in the back of the car, and so never sang. And so we go back to my junior year of college, I moved back up to Fayetteville, and classes for most people are still online, but a lot of my engineering classes were in person. And so like I look around like the campus, and it's like, I'm the only one going to class, because most of the people had online classes still. But a lot of mine were in person, so kept doing that, and graduated in I graduated in December of 22.
Okay.
Moved back home, and I'm not lying, but when I tell y'all that like a couple weeks before this point, it was like the first time like singing in front of my parents ever.
Okay.
I would sit on my parents' bed and like literally they'd be like actually singing, because I was mumbling. They're like, nobody cares. And so I think the next morning I woke up and just came up with the mindset like, you know what, I don't care what anybody thinks. If they don't like it, they can leave. And Steve, I know I've told you that before, but it's helped me a lot in like everyday life. Because like I wake up music. It's like I get out of bed and it's helped me with my whole everything. I don't know. In life. And so 3 weeks later, I played my first gig on January 6th, 23. And this is right before I start my job. So I go to Monroe, Arkansas, and play my first gig at the Monroe Tavern, little town in East Arkansas. And there's about 7 people there. 5 of them family. But they wanted us to play from 8 to midnight. And so I got my buddy Andrew Rhea, who's one of the guys that like influenced me to start playing the guitar. And we played from 8 to midnight. And those 2 people that were not my family stuck around from 8 to midnight. So I was like, you know what, maybe I don't suck that bad. And at that time, I did suck very, very bad. But we're still here. So I played that gig. That's my first time playing. 2 weeks later, I started working at Garber Engineering in Little Rock. And worked for a year there. Played music kind of off and on. And then a year later, I just found myself saying that music was way more fun, because it is. I mean, I don't want to go for the best 9 to 5. No offense to those people, I've made a bunch of great friends, but this is way more fun. Even doing podcasts like this.
Yeah.
But so I told my my workers, we had been called to leave. Like, I guess they got to see if I'm going to a competitor or anything. They're like, "Are you going to a competitor?" And I said, "No, I'm really just going to play music in Texas." And they said, this company at the time, they said, "This company's been around for 104 years. And that's the first time on record we have that answer." And that just gave me even more of a push to go, honestly.
Awesome.
So it's been great. I've been down here. I moved down here end of February, early March of 24. So it'll be 2 years in late January or late February.
Yeah, super impressive. So a couple things I didn't know that I found out from just hearing that part. Some of my favorite guitar players are folks that started as drummers. So there's a percussive nature to how you play.
I'm no lead guitar player.
No. But I mean, there is something to be said of kind of making that transition from playing drums first and then moving to guitar. So I think that's super cool. And then you have a roommate you probably want to give a shout out to as well. That's kind of going through some of the same things that you're going through.
True. I think he actually just walked in the door too.
Oh,
Mr. Landon Hoffman. If y'all don't know his music or haven't listened to it, please give it a listen.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. He released an album last year.
Landon's great. Seth turned me on to Landon, and we'll have to work on. This will give us an inside track of potentially getting Landon on the show.
And he's got some good stuff coming too. So
very much looking forward to it. All right, this Seth, this is the. Sorry, lost my mic there. This is the one question that this is one of two questions that we ask everybody. So there's a question at the end that everybody gets the benefit to ask or to answer. But this one's called the pie question. Okay. And it kind of helps at least us set where you stand musically. Kind of helps us give us a little direction. But we're going to give you a musical pie. The pie has 4 parts to it. First part is songwriting. The second piece of pie is recording. The third piece is performing. And then the fourth and final piece is everything about your business that doesn't include one of those first 3 aspects. So,
and is this based off of time? Is this based off of effort? What is this?
Well, it can be any of those things, but I think first I want to know where, which one of those areas is the place that you feel most at home. So whether it's on stage or in the studio or writing songs or doing social media and fixing your vehicle and doing podcasts.
All the stuff that goes into it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So where's home for you?
So first, you want me to give you like 1 to 4?
Yeah, just which one of those is the place that you kind of gravitate to?
I gravitate to the performing part of it for sure.
Nice.
Second, I would say, let me just tell you this: the last one of that is all the stuff that behind the scenes. Like that's my least favorite part.
Sure.
All the social media for sure, fixing stuff. I mean, all the logistics side of that. I mean, I'm an independent artist, so I'm doing it all myself, and it's kind of weighing on me. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, the performing, the studio is probably the third. So writing is definitely second, and writing and performing are definitely writing's one of my favorite things to do when I have the time to do it, which is tough to have that balance with doing all the social media on my own and
sure
all the other stuff. But yeah, I'd say writing and performing are my top 2.
Does and I don't know if you view it this way, but does performing feel like kind of like the reward for all the other hard work that you do?
100%.
Okay. Yeah.
That, because I mean, you can write a song in your bedroom and it sounds like shit, and then you get your guys together and you're like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. And then you all get to go play it. It's fun.
Yeah. So I think one of the pieces of that is, you you talked about really moving down in January of 24. At what point did you start putting the band together?
The band together. Okay, so it was probably 2 months into my. I'll tell you. You want the long story or?
Yeah, whatever, man. We
Alright.
got time.
So like 2 months into my moving down here, I played the Rustic in Dallas, and my waiter, Luke Anderson, was at the Rustic. His name was Luke Anderson. He was like, "Hey man, I really like your set. Like I play lead guitar, get a drummer and a bass player. I'm looking for a lead vocalist and a rhythm guitar player." And at the time I was like, this is the best thing that anybody in my position could walk into.
Sure.
Like I've been down here 2 months, and I was like, that's what I'm looking for.
Right.
And so I go over to his house, and he's like, just come jam next week. So I show up to his house next week, and I hang out with Luke, and I meet Juan and Gabe, the bass player, and we play for like 3 hours, just playing like random covers, like none of my music, just random covers. And that was my first time ever playing with like anybody.
Right.
And so the next week, I'm like looking for the same. Hey, let's come to my house and let's jam. And I get a text and saying that somebody in that group had divorced, and that one of them was moving out. So then it's just me and the bass player and Juan, the drummer. And about probably a month or two or three go by, and we didn't talk at all. And then I was finally like, I texted those two guys that were still there, and I was like, "Hey, y'all come jam at my house in Fort Worth." And the drummer Juan was like, "I'm so down." The bass player Gabe was like, "I don't like country music." No offense to Gabe. Great bass player, by the way.
Fair enough.
Great bass player. He's like, "I don't like country music. I like heavy metal." So then it was just me and Juan, the drummer. And I'm not lying when I say it was me and Juan. He had a full drum kit, and me with an acoustic guitar plugged up to a PA for probably 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
Just drums and acoustic guitar. And then I find out a buddy of mine or actually not a buddy, a guy I knew of at University of Arkansas. He played in a band in college, so I'd followed him, but I never met him. Found out he was in Fort Worth. He plays fiddle and lead guitar. Found out he was working at Lockheed Martin in Fort Worth, so I reached out to him on Instagram. I was like, "Hey, come join the band." And so then it's me, Juan, and Cade, the fiddle lead guitar guy. And then I get on this app called Bandmix. Y'all probably heard of it.
Yep.
It's like Tinder for musicians.
Yes, sir.
Where they
It's like
can
a
all
dating
judge,
app.
where they can all judge each other and make fun.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
each
You
other,
can
yeah.
you can type
Behind
in
the
what you're
scenes,
looking
yeah.
for and
No, I,
message each other. So I
Uh-huh.
got Caesar was my first bass player, and great bass player, great guy. And then he eventually left the band due to family reasons, and so then got back on Bandmix and found Isaiah, who was one of the first guys. I went to Magnolia Motor Lounge my first week of moving to Fort Worth to the Songwriters Night. And Isaiah was, besides Dave, the bartender, Isaiah was the second guy I met. And that was the first time I ever met him. And the second time I ever saw the dude was when he showed up to play the bass in my house after I connected with him again.
Nice.
So I had a band going for over a year, but Isaiah's been with us for, I want to say, 8 months or so.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, that's the long story, but there's more to that. But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's perfect because, I think, it's not a secret. There are some other folks that are playing music in Fort Worth, especially down around the stockyards and whatnot. So it's easy to get stuck. I don't want to say stuck, but it's easy to get in that. Nothing's easy, but you can get into that space where you're just the singer-songwriter guy and
Yeah.
just doing everything acoustic, and having an actual band, I think, adds a little extra credibility. So
For sure.
good on you for getting that squared away pretty early, because that can be tough.
Well, the thing is, right now they all have full-time jobs still, so it's
Yep.
tough to. I love all those dudes; they're like my best friends, but
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
tough. It's tough getting them to. I mean, it's tough to ask off work. So I mean, right
Yeah.
now it's a little tough booking shows and stuff, but we make it happen some way or another. But I'm hoping this next year we can get way more full band shows for sure.
Cool. Awesome. All right, so great.
Man, talking to folks over time of the pod, it's crazy to how 2020 seems to come up quite a bit as far as where some people like bowed out of music during that time, and then there are a lot of people question whether they should keep going, and then there's a lot of people that kind of fell into your category whether it's like, I don't think I like doing this job anymore. I'm gonna start doing what I want to do, because a lot of them, we've had a couple that actually lost their job during that time, so they're like, what the hell, I might as well do what I want. It's crazy how that time period shaped a lot of independent musicians.
I mean, it's best. COVID was the best thing that ever happened to me.
On your part. Yeah. That's and so when you get to Fort Worth, and you're still banging out trying to get the gigs by yourself and stuff like that, was it was it kind of a culture shock, or was it, how did it go, right off the bat for you?
So it was a culture shock.
And so
the
when
first couple weeks,
Fort Worth, we can hear us now, Tabo.
Yeah, it was a culture shock for sure at first. And then, I mean, honestly, going to Magnolia Motor Lounge, that's where I probably met 90% of the people I know in the music world in Fort Worth, DFW area. And so that was a great start. I mean, I probably went there 5 days into being in Fort Worth. And so it was great meeting all those people. I'm not saying they were the bookers, but they had a bunch of connections that they gave me to book shows. So like the first week was culture shock for sure. But then after that, I found like relief, and I was like, you know what? I actually started to book shows, and I was like, I can get by for sure.
Well, I mean, why Fort Worth, or why? I mean, we know why, but to people listening to the podcast, because Little Rock's a fairly, it's a pretty big city. You could get gigs around town and wherever else. No, I understand. But
No.
But it's, I understand. I'm in the Memphis area too. So if you're not playing Journey covers, it's harder to get gigs. So I understand.
I could play the same 3 or 4 places every week, but like the same amount of.
So you already knew about the scene that was Fort Worth, and how did you know about that?
I'd heard that it was like coming up before I moved down here, but my cousin went to TCU, and I came down here my first time ever in Fort Worth, my senior year of college, which was 22, and I visited my cousin, and I was down here for maybe not even a full weekend, like maybe 18 hours or something, and I don't know what it was, but I fell in love with the place. I was like, this reminds me of my hometown of Little Rock, Arkansas. Like the people are laid back. Like it's not all uppity, like trying to keep up with everybody. So that drew me close to it. And then I found out the music scene was kind of on the come up. And so, I don't know, it just drew me close to it. Because no offense to Nashville, nothing against Nashville, but I feel like everybody's kind of competing with each other. And like when I moved down here, I found a great group of guys, and still have like such a close group of singer-songwriters, and even people that are just like interested in music and come to shows. Like they're like so close knit that it drew me really close to it.
Well, shout out to we talked about the chat earlier. Thanks for the folks that come through the chats. Dr. Mike and Country versus Metal. Your old friend Patrick. I know you know him.
Patrick, what's up?
So as far as writing songs, we'll lead this to the halftime song. As far as there's a huge difference between playing covers and trying to force out your original songs.
Yeah.
I talk about it all the time. But people will listen to a shitty version of Neon Moon, but it's hard. but it's hard to get them to listen to.
That's so true.
A great even if it's another great song, it's harder to get them to listen to it. When did you decide to kind of start playing your original songs, and what made you want to keep on with that?
I mean, I don't know when the hell I decided to start playing them, but so I wrote my first song my senior year of college, and I put it out. I was like, this is when I was still like engineering all the way. So like I was like, this is the only song I ever put out. So why don't we go pay this dude $100 to press record and press stop and send it to me, and put it out. And I took it down a few months ago, but that was the first song I wrote. But once I wrote that song, I will say it was a terrible song, but it gave me I was like, I don't know, I just had the mindset I could keep writing, like I could actually write a full song, like there's no structure or anything. I mean,
you remember when you played any of your songs for somebody out, at a gig or whatever, and actually got some kind of reply or reaction from it?
It was probably the first time was probably at Town Pump in my hometown of Little Rock, but that was also because my parents and family. And
Shout out to the family.
Shout out to the family. I mean, they're my biggest supporters. My mom, my dad, my brother, they're all my biggest supporters, and they all invite their friends. And so that was probably the first time. But then I moved down to Texas, and it was probably, I don't know, a month into playing down here in Fort Worth, around here in DFW area, when I actually realized I was like, people actually kind of dig this, what I'm doing now. So,
yep, for sure. 100%. Well, we are at halftime. I know it feels probably like you've been here longer, but that was a quick 37 minutes.
That was.
Yeah, so we're going to have you go silent here, but before you do, can you give us a little background on the song Need Your Love?
Yes, I actually played this funny story about this song. I played this song a couple weeks ago at the Billy Bob's Doghouse Songwriters Night, our songwriters competition deal, and Billy asked me if who's this song about? And my only answer was like, literally, this song's, I've had past girlfriends, but this song was not about a specific person. I was in Woodstock, New York, up there recording for a week, and it was the last day going in the studio, the night before the last day, and I'd had this song like 75% done. And I'd had other songs that I could record, but I wanted a song that I actually loved. And so I sat down that night and finished this song not knowing what song I was going to record the next day. And turns out it's one of my favorite songs that I've written. And the song's called Need Your Love.
Sounds good. All right, here we go.
Sounds good. We will give it a listen. We'll go silent here, Soul Gravy, so we can get the best listen.
All right.
Eyes wide open, it's 3 a.m. Lately I've been sleeping in. Miss your sweet voice when you go. Tried my best to treat you right. Gave you everything, you killed my pride. Lit the match just to watch it fall. Nowadays going on my way down a long and windy road unpaved. Late nights stuck in a living haze. Going smoke for smoke, drink for drink, ain't the way it's supposed to be. One day they'll be singing Amazing Grace. I've been drinking, smoking and a sin. Too damn much, babe, living like a man on the run. The sun steady living, got my whole world spinning. As I watch a bluebird day turn straight to dust. Baby, I need your love. Mama called late last night, asked if I was doing alright. Told her I was doing fine on my own. Never been a man to tell a lie. As soon as we said goodbye, felt the guilt burn right through my bones. 'Cause I've been drinking, smoking and singing. Too damn much, babe, living like a man on the run. So still living, got my whole world spinning. As I watch a bluebird day turn straight to dust. Baby, I need your love. Yeah, I need your love. I know I ain't the man I used to be. A little loving from you is all I need. Been trying to numb the pain for way too long. So I sat down and wrote this song. Baby, I've been drinking, smoking and a sin. Too damn much, babe, living like a man on the run. So still living, got my whole world spinning. As I watch a bluebird day turn straight to dust. Baby, I need your love. Yeah, I need your love.
Alrighty, there we go, folks. That was Need Your Love by Seth Van Dover, who's also here with us tonight. So,
Well, thank y'all again for having me.
yeah, good stuff. I want to talk a little bit about your touring because
Yeah.
I spend a decent amount of time looking at schedules and around the music scene to a certain extent. And man, I just pulled up your schedule and it's wild. You have, man, you've got 30 or 40 shows already plugged in for next year.
Well, let me tell you, my logistics make zero sense.
I did notice a little bit of that, but
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is, right?
That's what happens when you're just going play. I mean, literally, what I'm doing right now is honestly going anywhere that'll pay me
Yep.
a decent amount and playing as much as I can to get my name. And I'm trying to, this next year, I'm going to try and reach different towns for sure, different cities.
Well, I think that's smart. You know, Soul Gravy, one of the questions that we ask pretty frequently, and I don't know. So this sometimes comes up later in the show, which we're getting close to, but they talk about bucket list venues. You've got, in the next 10 days, you're playing at one of those bucket list venues.
The next 2 weeks are going to be awesome, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So I know you said that maybe this isn't exactly the favorite part of what you do, but it seems like you're having success getting those shows booked and kind of getting to that next step. Can you talk about some of the folks that you're going to be playing with over the next few months?
Yeah. So this Thursday, tomorrow night, we'll be at Rhinestone, Carson Jeffrey and Teague Brothers. in Fort Worth, Texas, in the Stockyards, and then I'm actually headed to Mississippi for a gig, and then Arkansas for a gig, and then I'm heading back. And we got band rehearsal Tuesday, Wednesday next week, and then we're headed to Green Hall with William Clark Green, who's one of my all-time favorites, like
For sure.
from the time I was little. So we'll be at Green Hall acoustic next Thursday, the 18th, and then full band Friday the 19th, and then be with him at Brownwood, Texas, at Waylon and Ray's on the 20th acoustic. And so, I mean, that's just incredible. And then we're finishing the year off with hometown full band show in Little Rock, Arkansas on the 23rd. So
That's fantastic, man. There's a sentiment going around about live music, and sometimes it's easy to fall into the trap of, like, hey, things maybe aren't as great as they once were, or, we'd like to have, obviously we always want to have more people out at the live show, but there are, I think I said we've done about 180 of these. There are probably about 167 of the folks that we've talked to that would give just about anything to be opening for William Clark Green at Green Hall. Like that's amazing.
So grateful.
Yeah, for sure. And then I know you probably also want to give a shout out to our boys, the Drop Tines. I know they've been good to you as well.
Yes, 100%. I mean, they literally have really helped me out a ton, but honestly got me to the place where I'm at. Just like being able to play these venues that me and my band could not play, could not headline right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we opened for them at House of Blues in Dallas, and then Tannehill's and George's. That was acoustic, but I mean, just like I played a full band show at George's in Fayetteville, Arkansas 2 months ago, and I don't think they would have ever given us a shot if it weren't for that. And House of Blues and Tannehill's is huge. Those are two of my favorite venues I've ever played, for sure.
Yeah, they're great. Well, very excited about that, and we're looking forward to making our schedule fit to get out to see you a little bit more often. So, congrats.
Love to see y'all. Thank you.
I know that sometimes when you cross that Texas-Oklahoma line and start heading east, the red dirt scene can get smaller and smaller and smaller. Even in West Tennessee, a lot of I would bet if I started asking people who William Clark Green is, the percentage of people that would know who he is probably gets pretty small.
Which is terrible. I know it's true, but it's terrible. Like, that dude he is so underrated.
It's that was telling Talbot a couple of weeks ago, for some reason at work I had to listen to FM radio, which normally I'm like, oh shit, and they're like, here we go. I get to listen to the same 20 songs all day. Yay!
Right? They played some.
They played Turnpike, and I'm like, holy shit! I had mixed feelings about it. I was like, I'm like, congratulations to them.
This is ours.
Yeah. Go get your own music. You
got to talk about the CMAs. I mean, they had Stephen Wilson Jr. and Ray Clay Strays up there.
No doubt about it. Yeah,
pretty cool.
That's huge.
Somebody's figuring out that there's money to be made in all these places, right?
I agree.
So did you grow up on that music as far as the red dirt scene, or how did that kind of?
So I grew up on
your world.
Literally the first song I remember. I got done with a baseball game. I think it was probably still in pitching machine, where you put the ball in the machine and it's got that wheel that spits it out to you. I got my dad's truck, and he played William by Chris Knight. And that was literally the first song I remember hearing.
That was not like a country,
It was, but like I remember the place I was at. That was the first song I remember hearing ever. And I was probably 8 years old, but I'd heard a bunch of songs before that, but at the same time, that was the first one that I still remember to this day.
So that the kind of type of music was his jam.
Yeah, my dad he's always loved Chris Knight, Robert O'Keen, and all these just like singer-songwriters. And so that's why still to this day, I saw Chris Knight play an acoustic show at the Rev Room in Little Rock, Arkansas, which that's where we're playing on the 23rd, full band. But so I'm playing an acoustic gig there, and still to this day is one of my favorite shows I've ever been to.
Just great song after great song.
Yeah,
crazy.
And they're all dark as hell, but like it's just great songwriting. And like Cody Jinks, one of my favorite like storytellers for sure.
Yeah,
good deal.
Soul Gravy, we made a requirement. I don't know if you knew this, but when we do the prep call, we're like, hey, if you have any Chris Knight albums that you could put up in the background, that would be helpful. It'll make the podcast go better. So
hey, mine is signed too, by the way.
Mine is not signed. Did you pay extra $5 for that or $10?
Yeah, I did.
I should have done that too.
Yeah, for sure.
No, that's cool though. I'm glad to hear that, because not that William Clark and Chris Knight are exactly the same or anything, but when you start going down that rabbit hole, they start connecting together pretty quick. A lot of guys like that, between Boland and whoever the list would be. So that's cool. I'm glad to know that there's parents out there letting their kids listen to good music besides other than just me.
Yeah, for sure.
My dad is a huge Chris Knight fan.
Sure. Good deal. All right, Talbot.
Well, we are, believe it or not, we're ready for a little rapid fire, and then we're going to get y'all warmed up for the final question tonight.
I've also seen this band at the Rev Room before too, American Aquarium.
I saw them at. Have you ever been to the Whitewater Tavern in Little Rock?
Yeah.
I saw them at Whitewater, and then my buddy Leon Meisen opened for them. It was Leon, then Turnpike, then American. No, it was Leon, then American Aquarium opened for Turnpike in Kansas City. Like 2 nights later, it was awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good weekend.
Yeah.
Not bad. All right, so here we go. We're going into the rapid fire. Not a ton of thought on these, Seth. You can just kind of go. Do you use Spotify?
I do.
Okay. Any idea who was on your Spotify rap this year?
I release music on Spotify. I use Apple Music.
Either one, whatever your top 5 is, or top couple.
Who are the folks that you were listening to this year?
I know number one was Tyler Childers. Number 2 was Leon Meisen, my buddy.
Nice.
And I gave him a call after that. I was like, hey, you were literally my number 2. And I said, even if I didn't know you, I'd still listen to your music.
That's pretty cool.
And I can't remember the rest of the 3. I think it was J.D. Clayton from Fort Smith. He was one of them.
Nice.
But
awesome. All right. Next question. You told us what one of the first songs you remember hearing. What was the first concert that you went to? And then what was the first concert that you actually paid money to go see?
The first concert I ever went to was Florida Georgia Line at Verizon Arena. It was Verizon at the time. Now it's Simmons. And Thomas Rhett opened. And I actually got the chance to shout out to my buddy Connor Reddick. He invited me to hunt with Thomas Rhett last year, and Thomas is one of the best guys I've ever met in the music business, like down to earth, and he's made it for sure.
Yeah,
just down to earth dude, and it was cool hanging with him. So that was the first concert I ever went to. First concert I ever paid for. Shoot, I can't remember.
Yeah,
I've been to so many, but I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember.
That's okay.
I can make something up, but I don't.
No, it's fine. We talked about bucket list venue, and I just realized. I mean, I was there, so I know. But not only are you playing Green Hall, but you've already played Billy Bob's, which is kind of wild. I mean, yeah.
I mean, for sure. I mean, to step on that stage was. I mean, I'll never forget that in my life, but it was definitely a great experience and something I'll never forget, like I said. But I would love to, and I hope to play a full band show there.
Sure.
Someday.
Yep.
Open for somebody. So, I mean, it's just getting started there, but
Since we've already knocked out two of the and obviously you want to headline probably some of these places as well at some point, but where's another place in Texas that you'd like to potentially play that you haven't had the chance to play yet?
11th Street Cowboy Bar in Bandera, Texas.
Okay.
Played Lukenbach too. That was acoustic, but played there. John T. Floors.
Yep, that'd be a good one. Yep, for sure.
And then if you want to get outside of the Texas scene, I got a bunch more too.
Yeah, where would you like to play outside of Texas?
Red Rocks is my go-to, and I tell people all the time, like, once I play Red Rocks, whether headline or open, you can kill me there. Like, I'm fine.
It'd be pretty cool.
So Red Rocks is number one. Obviously, I mean, Grand Ole Opry. Be
For
awesome.
sure.
And then there's a place in, I don't even know where it's, I think it's in Tennessee somewhere, the Caverns.
Yeah.
I want to play there. One of my favorite bands, Clay Street Unit out of Denver. They play there, and I've been watching their acoustic video or their videos on YouTube there. And
yeah, it's a crazy place. It's extremely
it just
unique.
looks sweet. Yeah, it looks
It's
sweet.
extremely unique as far as like the bands you can only reach like a certain decibel. Like
For
it's
sure.
bec- bec-
Oh, really?
Because
because you can't like disturb anything. It's
Wow.
it's a extremely unique place, which is yeah. I love that. I've heard that a couple times on this list that like this, but not too many. I think other bands should put that on their to-do
For
list
sure.
at some point in
I
time.
mean, it's just like a cool spot to go.
All right, so I wanted to add one because
I got one more.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Simmons Arena in Little Rock, Arkansas. I want to play
I was
that's
trying to
on my
remember
bucket
who.
list.
I've been there before, and I can't remember. I think it was Shinedown. I think it was Shinedown who I saw there, but I can't. We made a trip over there, and I can't remember why.
So how far is that from you?
Like 2.5 hours. Something
Okay,
like that.
that's super doable. All right.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's not too bad. But it wasn't one of the Red Dirt shows or any of those, so that's why it was something different where the whole family went, which doesn't happen all the time. So that's why I was trying to remember who it was. Anyway, you were talking about the different some of these venues and stuff that you're just we can tell that you're proud that you played them and you want to progress and add a full
very
band
grateful.
show and all that.
Yeah.
So when we say you've made it in the music business, what does that mean to you?
Honestly, when I made it is when I would never pass up being some big star or anything. But at the same time, my mindset is set to, I just want to literally have a family and like provide for them and like live a comfortable life. Nothing crazy. I don't even have to live anything crazy, but just provide for them and be able to do music full time, which is what I'm doing now. But there's no way in hell I could provide for a family now. So yes, when I made it,
yeah.
when I made it is when I can literally do what I love and raise a family and live comfortably.
Good deal.
Nice.
Perfect answer.
This next one is Soul Gravy's question. So if you don't like it, feel free to
All right.
tell us. You get in this hypothetical scenario, you get to start a podcast, which I'm sure is high on your list of things that you want to do. But we want to know who your first guest would be, and we'd like it if it could be somebody musical.
First guest at a concert?
No, sorry. In this scenario, you have started a podcast.
Oh, start a podcast.
Yep, and you get to choose who your first guest is, and it can be anybody, but it needs to be somebody musical. Who would that be?
Sturgill Simpson.
Oh, yeah, right out of the gate.
For sure.
It sounds like that would be successful. So if you get Sturgill on, let me know. We'll be available to back you up on that.
Sturgill, if you want to start a podcast, let me know.
Yeah. Very nice. I have two more questions that I want to ask, and then we'll get you over to the final question. You get to put your music on any movie or TV soundtrack. What would you choose?
I would say definitely any of Taylor Sheridan's stuff. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
We'd all go for that.
I just feel like that's the most. Yes, I want my stuff to be on a movie or a show or whatever, but at the same time, I want it to be on a show that a
Fits.
bunch of people watch.
Right.
And that's, I mean, it's all Texas stuff. All of his shows are Texas based, and if I could get on one of his shows, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll see what happens there. This question, I think, applies to you because I know you've seen both ends of this. So tell us what your ideal green room would look like.
Ideal green room. Maybe if you I don't know, been in some cool green rooms, but at the same time, there's a few of them are lacking. Like maybe they got all the couches and stuff and all the fridge full of beer and stuff, but at the same time, some of us need a shower after loading in. 110 degrees, and we got to change clothes into we're changing clothes into the same. After not taking a shower, we're changing clothes, and we're still sweaty as hell. So it's basically not changing clothes. So I mean, maybe a couple couches, bar with some tequila, and a beer, a fridge with some beer, and then a shower and a bathroom. Honestly, that's probably my nothing fancy. I promise.
All right. Well, we try to get the message out to the venue. So,
and I'll provide the tequila if I need to. But.
Yeah, that's fair.
We'll substitute tequila for shower. Understand?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, that is something that before we started talking to people, you don't realize how much the shower part plays in.
I mean, because you take a shower and you come out like a new man.
Afterwards, to get on the road and go to the next one, you're ahead of the game a little bit. I mean, it's just something that you just take for granted being the homebody. So
it's like green room roulette the first time through because you don't know exactly what you're going to get.
And most venues are like, all right, you load in at 4:00 and you don't play till 8, but then sometimes the sound guy shows up late, and that's fine. But so you don't get done with sound check till 6:30 or 7, and then you got an hour and you're like, where the hell do I get a shower? Where's the next Loves or I don't know.
Yep, totally get it. All right, well, we are ready for Soul Gravy's last question, folks. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate, as always, having you here. Make sure you go out and check out Seth's music wherever you steal music, if it's Apple or Spotify or Shazam or Tidal or Prime or wherever it is. Give this young man a follow, and if you get the chance, come out and see him live.
That's right. Go see shows. Go see all these independent guys. Make sure go see a show. Buy a little something to help them. Everybody knows, well, you might not know, but you should know that they don't make money off of anything besides playing the shows and selling some merch. So that if you really want to support independent guys, buy that shirt, buy the whatever they have. I'm sure they would love to shake a hand and sign whatever you have and all that kind of stuff. So the money, the shirt gets them down the road with gas, and the meeting people and everything gets them to keep on going. So, all right, this is the final question. It started off as a joke on episode 1, and now it is a requirement. So, Seth, what is your favorite Little Debbie snack?
Oh shoot.
That's
I'm
tough.
getting freaking Cliff Bars at the gas station for dinner sometimes. I mean, Little Debbie. They make those little Christmas trees.
Uh-huh.
They do.
That's probably my favorite one. That's probably my favorite.
Good
timely
deal.
answer. Well done.
Good. Damn.
All right, folks. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week. Just a quick peek into next week. We have Rhett Embry and Jake Slay on, so we're going to go a little edgy next week. Looking forward to those Tuesday and Wednesday at 8:00. Same time, same bat channel. See y'all. Thanks.
See ya.
Thank y'all.